In this video, we will learn about quadrilateral, their classification, that means different type of quadrilaterals, their characteristics and properties. First, basic definition of quadrilateral. We already know that if we take 3 points like A, B, C and join them, it will become a triangle, right? Now, if we take 4 points A, B, C, D and join them, then it will become a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral must have four sides and sum of the all interior angle will be 360 degree. Here you can see the sum up to 360 degree. If we move the point D here, this is not a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral can be many types. Basic three types are trapezium or trapezoid, parallelogram and kite. From trapezium we can create isosceles trapezoid. From parallelogram we can create rectangle. From kite we can create rhombus. From rectangle we can create a square. Also from rhombus we can create a square. A parallelogram can also be created from a trapezoid. A rectangle can also be created from an isosceles trapezoid. We will discuss them furthermore. Here is a Venn diagram classification of quadrilateral. First we take a set quadrilateral. All quadrilateral of the world fit inside this set. Now we create a subset that is called parallelogram, and we created another subset that is trapezium. Inside trapezium there is also a subset that is called isosceles trapezoid. Kite is different kind of quadrilateral. First, basic definition of quadrilateral. We already know that if we take 3 points like A, B, C and join them, it will become a triangle, right? Now, if we take 4 points A, B, C, D and join them, then it will become a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral must have four sides and sum of the all interior angle will be 360 degree. Here you can see the sum up to 360 degree. If we move the point D here, this is not a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral can be many types. Basic three types are trapezium or trapezoid, parallelogram and kite. From trapezium we can create isosceles trapezoid. From parallelogram we can create rectangle. From kite we can create rhombus. From rectangle we can create a square. Also from rhombus we can create a square. A parallelogram can also be created from a trapezoid. A rectangle can also be created from an isosceles trapezoid. We will discuss them furthermore. First we will learn about trapezium. A trapezium is a figure where two opposite sides are parallel to each other. Like BC will be parallel to AD or AB will be parallel to CD. To make BC parallel to AD, the summation of angle A and angle B must have to 180. Let's create sum of angle A and B to 180. You can see angle A and angle B, they are 80 and 100 and their summation becomes 180. Now they are parallel to each other, and you can see here a output box, and as a text it is showing that it is a trapezoid or trapezium. We also know that isosceles trapezoid is one kind of trapezoid. So what is isosceles trapezoid? It is basically happen when the non-parallel side become equal to each other. Here AD and BC are parallel to each other. So the non-parallel side are AB and CD. If we make angle C at 100 degree, you can see that AB and CD are equal. This is one kind of isosceles trapezium or trapezoid. This also be achieved by using AB and CD parallel to each other, where BC and AD will be equal. To make AB and CD parallel, the summation of angle B and angle C must have 180. Let's create it. Angle B and C became 180. So this is also a trapezoid. Why? Because AB and CD are parallel to each other. This is also a isosceles trapezoid. Why? Because non-parallel side AD and BC are equal. Their length is 20 unit in each cases. So we have covered this part, this trapezium and isosceles trapezium. Now we will look into parallelogram. In case of parallelogram, both opposite sides will be parallel to each other. Here AB and DC are parallel to each other. We have to make AD and BC are parallel to each other. To create this, we should make summation of angle A and angle B is equal to 80 degree. This is easy, just lower this value. You can see that AD and BC are parallel to each other, as well as AB and CD are parallel to each other. This is a parallelogram. You can see that this is a parallelogram. In this case, you can see that this parallelogram is also a trapezoid, also an isosceles trapezium. Now you might ask, is a parallelogram and trapezoid? Let's look into the definition of trapezoid. If we take the inclusive definition, you can see a quadrilateral that have two parallel sides. In this case, a parallelogram will become a trapezoid. But if we take the exclusive definition, you can see a trapezoid must have two non-parallel sides. So in this case, the parallelogram not will be a trapezoid. If we take the inclusive definition of trapezoid, then we can say a parallelogram is also a trapezium or trapezoid. But if we take the exclusive definition, then a parallelogram is not a trapezoid or trapezium. For simplicity, we will take the inclusive definition and we will consider a parallelogram as a trapezoid or isosceles trapezium. In this Venn diagram, we considered exclusive definition. We have covered trapezium, isosceles trapezium, parallelogram. We will cover kite later. First, talk about rectangle and square. A rectangle is a special type of parallelogram where all four angles is 90 degree. Actually, if in a parallelogram one angle become 90 degree, then it will become rectangle. In a rectangle, all internal angle are 90 degree. So we will make all the internal angle 90 degree. Let's see. We can see it is a rectangle. A rectangle also is a parallelogram. Why? Because both opposite sides are parallel to each other. As we take inclusive definition, the rectangle also a trapezium or isosceles trapezium. In the rectangle, the opposite sides are equal to each other, also parallel, and the length and width are not same. Here we choose the length to width ratio is 2. That's why if the width is 10, the length is 20. Now we will create a square from this. So what we will do, we will change the width ratio to 1. Let's see, we are decreasing, and when it become 1, we can see it is a square. But also we can see that it is a rhombus and kite. We will talk it later. So in this case, in a square, all the angle 90, all side are same, the opposite side are parallel, all condition is satisfied. Now we have to talk about the kite and rhombus. First we will talk about kite. Kite is completely a different kind of quadrilateral. Here you can see it completely a different branch. So definition of kite is that one pair of opposite angle is equal and also two pair of adjacent side are equal. To make a kite, we will take angle A and angle C. Their value should be equal. Here already their value is 90 degree. Now we will change the value of angle B. A kite have two pair of adjacent side are equal value. Here the side AB, BC are equal. Also AD and CD are equal. If we change this, then it is not a kite. You must have this side equal to this side, and also this angle equal to this angle. Angle A equal to angle C. You change this angle, it always become a kite. You can see that. But at the angle 90 degree, it will become parallelogram, rhombus, square. So what if we change this angle A and angle C? Suppose we change to angle at 100 degree, also angle C at 100 degree, also it a kite. Now change the angle B, it will always be kite because it depends on angle A and C, and already these two sides AB and BC are equal. Now it's time to learn rhombus. Rhombus is a special kind of kite. Also, it is a special kind of parallelogram. In case of rhombus, the adjacent sides are equal to each other. Also, the opposite sides are parallel to each other. To make opposite side parallel or a parallelogram, we will change the value and it will become parallel. Here opposite sides are parallel. Also, the adjacent side AB with BC, they are equal. BC with CD are equal. It is a rhombus and it is a parallelogram, and we take the inclusive property, so we can say that a parallelogram is a trapezoid. A rhombus is a kite. Why? The opposite angle are equal, also the adjacent side are equal. There is also a different type of rhombus, and 100 degree, and it is also a rhombus. Here just change the value to 90 degree. It is also a square. A square is a rhombus, also a kite, also a rectangle, also a parallelogram. And if we take the inclusive definition of trapezoid, then a square is also a isosceles trapezoid, also a trapezium. In the later video, we will also learn about how to calculate their area, also some other kind of properties.